Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Thursday, December 31st, last day of the year. I feel like 2020 has been a roller coaster year for all of us. And what better way to end it with prices of Bitcoin high, close to about 30,000, making all these gains in the cryptocurrency side of our community, and looking forward to more gains in 2021. I'm super excited for the coming year ahead. One, because there has been tremendous amount of volatility, and now that we have broken through all-time highs in Bitcoin, it seems like Bitcoin has pretty much secured its place in the asset world as well as the crypto space as the #1 dog. So going forward, what I'm looking to do is provide more and more Bitcoin analysis and more crypto analysis for our community members, because this is a space, an asset class that is very much thriving. Okay. Whether it's upside volatility or downside volatility, money can be made both ways as a trader. This is something that our community succeeds with. We are not just long only, and we're not just short only. We trade both sides of the market. So I don't care if the market goes down 10% or 20%, and I don't care if the market goes up 10 or 20%. Now, of course, bull markets are always fun because everyone can participate. People can buy and go long or buy spot, and everybody gets to make a lot of money, right? Bear markets could be a little tough, but if you are inclined to trade and learn how to trade, come join our community. So if you go to our website, thealphatrace.com right here, hit the products page, all right, you will see two things happening right now. The Advantage membership subscription, which is $97 per month, is currently discounted for 50% off. 50% off. So if you use this Alpha 50 coupon right here on that 1 month membership, if you're a first time user, you will get 50% off. So it's only $50 to try us out for 1 month. Additionally, we have a technical analysis course. So if you're learning how to trade, if you want to learn how to read charts, how to look at the different indicators I utilize, how to look at different horizontal levels I draw, how I look at the chart and look at the market, all that stuff is in here, the technical analysis course. It's only $20 right now. All right. And with this $20 purchase, if you buy this right now, you will get 7 free days in the Advantage community. This is our Advantage community. This Discord channel that you're seeing right here, this is our Advantage community. All the locked channels that you see right now is where our Advantage community resides. We have hundreds of members from all over the world. We have males and females. We have people who are younger, who are older. We have people who are doctors and people who are having full-time jobs or part-time jobs. We have people who have become full-time traders over time, and people who are wanting to just do this part-time and just be able to trade swing positions, meaning they just want to trade every few weeks. We have people from all over the world as well. We have people from New Zealand and Australia and South Africa and India. We have people from the US and Mexico and Argentina and Netherlands. So wherever you're from, we cater to, first of all, people from all ages and all kinds of educational level when it comes to trading. I think that's the great thing about this community is everybody is coming from different levels, and we don't really disparage other people because they're not as knowledgeable as us, or other people who have more knowledge don't talk down. That's a great thing about our community. And so we share this wealth of knowledge with everybody. And personally, from my end, right, what I do is I provide 2 videos a day for our Advantage members as analysis. So the analysis that you're seeing right now, the morning videos, that's just one of the videos that I provide for our Advantage members, our paying members. And then I have a end of the day video. So it's 6:15 a.m. in the morning for me. Generally, I get up pretty early in the morning and I provide a nice morning update for my Advantage members. And at the end of the day, which is around 6 to 7 p.m. after the daily candle closes, I provide another video for the Advantage members. And I do this pretty much every single day, okay, except for Saturdays because that's my day off. So you can see the benefits of having this private Discord community at your fingertips. It is incredibly valuable to be able to share your insight, your opinion, or understand exactly where you're coming from when it comes to looking at the market. And by looking at our videos, looking at the positions I'm taking right here in the market, which I write down in position updates. If I'm writing Bitcoin analysis, I'm writing it right here in this channel. Every few hours, whatever I see in the updates, I'll update this channel right here with the charts, as you can see. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of updates, that you can go through, but every single day I will provide, at least 3 to 4 updates for y'all. And then this is the channel where I put down my leveraged long position. So as you can see, I've been in a leveraged long from about 25 to 25. We're sitting pretty damn good. I'm expecting way more upside for BTC, so I'm going to hang on in this long position. The other positions that I have in the market in terms of altcoin spot buys are in here. I also have DeFi positions, and there's a DeFi leverage long channel, altcoin chat, DeFi chat. So as you can see, our community is filled with information. And if you're wanting to learn, going into 2021, you want to better yourself. You want to make a change in your life. You want to learn something new. You want to grow your knowledge base in terms of trading. You want to be able to make money based on your own trades. You can use our analysis as complementary to help fulfill that knowledge gap that you may have. Okay, we cannot provide you financial advice, but I can give you these videos every single day and show you guys exactly how I would trade the market. Okay, now the other thing Advantage members just got, all right, is this 5K account. So what I've done is for our Advantage members, I have created a separate $5,000 account. In this account, I will take trades that are completely transparent, and I will show them to Advantage members every single day. What trades I'm taking, where I'm entering them, where I'm going to place my stop, where I'm going to place my take profit. Everything is going to be in this account right here. And people will get, in the Advantage side, will get videos or screenshot updates pretty much, at least once or twice a week. So this way you can see how I would manage a $5,000 account. Okay. So I know that's a lot of stuff that I just threw at you, but that's what we got going on, folks. Make sure y'all join. 2021 is going to be a great year. Don't miss it. Come join our community. Okay. Again, thealphatrace.com products page. You can join the membership right here using this coupon code, or $20 right here, which is our technical analysis course. And you can buy this course and get 7 free days. All right. Let's get to the analysis. Okay, so what do we got? 15-minute time frame. Okay, Bitcoin has done a decent amount of choppy movement here up and down, but what it's done more importantly is it's broken above the previous high. Okay, the previous high was around 28,350 or so, 28,400. We broke above that yesterday, got rejected, and then started to push off late yesterday, right? So you could see now we're above, well above this previous high, and we're doing our best to stay up here and wanting to drive price towards $30,000. That's the next big target, right? But at present moment, you can see, price is clearly being rejected somewhere around, 29,300, 29,250, that general area. So what we want to do is this little triangle that's being created, we need to break out of this triangle. Okay, we need to break out of it and start making our way at least towards 29,500. Now, if we're just taking a measured move just from this triangle right here, right? So let's just say we break out later today or something. Okay, where does that measured move take us? It takes us right here around $30,300. That's the measured move of this mini triangle right here. I think it's more than possible that we can get to 30,000 and quite possibly beyond. I mean, the way I'm looking at the market right now, the fact that we kind of made our way towards 29, 30K, or I guess $29,300 or so, it looks like BTC is being bid up very nicely, meaning there are some good buyers in the market. Okay. One of the things that I put out yesterday in terms of my analysis was this. So yesterday around 8:30 p.m. my time, Coinbase saw a decent amount of volatility in this 1 hour candle. Now, let me show you guys that real quick. Okay. That was this candle right here. Notice the high volume right there going into this candle. That was about 2,500 Bitcoin that was dumped right here. But guess what happened? All we did was we retested this previous resistance as support. That's a pretty solid retest. Okay, nothing has really changed. So when this happened right here, I stated to my community that it doesn't seem like anything has changed. It looks like BTC actually gave us an even more powerful signal, because what we did was we retested this area as a key SR level, which is 28,400 or so. Not only that, this candle had 2,500 Bitcoin dumped. And guess what? Almost 50 to 60% of this candle is wick, meaning it got aggressively bought up. And guess what else? After that, we followed through, right? We followed through to the upside. We're not breaking down. Obviously, I can't definitively say we followed through to the upside, but we've maintained structure right back to where we got dumped from right here. So that's pretty good, because the bulls are showing that, hey, we don't give a crap how much you dump. 2,500 Bitcoin, chump change, we'll buy it up. And you can see it's been bought up, and the bulls are once again driving this price in a nice little channel. Now, what do we need out of this? We need a breakout. From here, let's start breaking out of here. Okay. You don't really want to spend too much time around here, because you don't really know exactly what's happening, right? Maybe this is just a running flag and a running reaccumulation, and we're going to get marked up, meaning we're going to push up. Or maybe this is a running distribution, and maybe we pull back a little bit more and then break out in a couple days, or going into the new year, right? The faster the breakout, right, the better it is, because that just shows that there's overwhelming bullish strength in the market. At present moment, that's not too bad. This, in my opinion, is bullish because we're above the previous SR level. This, in my opinion, is a nice running parallel channel, running flag. And I think it's almost imminent that we do break out. Okay. But don't be surprised that, maybe in this area, maybe we do catch a little bit of volatility. Maybe we pull down, and then tonight's new daily or monthly and yearly candle, then we start breaking up and out, right? Any number of things can happen. So the thing about our community is, when it comes to any of these number of things happening, we like to lay out these scenarios for the Advantage members, because if you're prepared for any and all possibilities with properly managing your risk, nothing can scare you out of your position, or nothing can really surprise you and make you really just question why you got into a position or why you sized up so much. So risk management is always key, right? Risk management and position sizing is the one thing that you need to learn as a trader. That's the only skill that will get you through the rest of the days that you're trading. If you get lucky once in a while and you size up and you make a crap ton of money, that's great. But you're not always going to get lucky. Markets are almost designed to be able to take money from you when you are most greedy and you're least expecting that kind of surprise. It's going to happen. One day or another, there's going to be bad events, and you're going to make those mistakes over and over again if you don't know how to get yourself out of that vicious cycle. Okay. So anyway, in the Advantage community, that's something that we really heavily preach. Okay, so we talked about this sort of running consolidation. If we're looking at simple targets, right? We keep hammering this this weekly R1 level. Now, guess what, right? If we get above this R1, we open up doors towards R2, which is around 31,971. So let's just say $32,000. That's a pretty massive move, and I believe we can make it. Okay, if we make it above this R1, I believe we can make it all the way up here. Now, the 15-minute time frame, the pivots get interesting, because we had a tap right here on this pivot right here. That was around 28,400 or so. Had a higher low. Now we just need to make our way above this R1. That's around 29,500. So remember, like I said earlier, right? We have this kind of triangle being built out. Okay, we need to start making our way out of this triangle, getting above 29,500, and then we should be golden towards 30K plus. If we're looking at the daily time frame, okay, I think daily looks pretty good, but what we really want to see is today's daily close much higher. Why? Because the one thing that really paranoids me going into month end, because remember, today's the last day of the month. Okay. Going into month end, paranoids me because usually month end you have bots and algos maybe re-triggering some correlations to other assets. Maybe they're taking money off the market, taking profits. Maybe they're doing some rotations. So they might be taking money off of Bitcoin, putting them into altcoins, or taking them into cash, or moving them into gold. You don't really know exactly how money rotates, right? But the best thing you can do is price will show us that ain't no money rotating. Okay. If price starts moving up aggressively, that's not really a sign of rotation. That's like doubling down. That's price just saying that, hey, it looks like we have big bidders in the market. And the higher and higher we go, that shows more conviction in the direction and more conviction in the trend. Now, personally, I believe in two things that are happening right now. Okay. So let's turn this on a 12-hour basis. And let's turn off this and this. Okay. So if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, and by the way, hit the thumbs up if you have been watching our videos all through 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. As you guys very well know, we put out a ton of content, right? So please do hit us up with a thumbs up or a comment. It makes us feel good about doing the work that we do and putting out this free content. So the two things that I believe in. Number one, Bitcoin is in an overwhelming bull market, right? It's very much bullishly trending. Any person who says that this is going to stop here or we're going to start rolling over going into 2021, I think it's a bit premature to say that, and I personally think that's baseless opinion. The only thing that we can take away from markets like this, folks, okay, any person, whether you're a big fund manager or you're, a professional trader, sometimes all we can do is look at the trend in the market. How well is the market trending? The market is always bigger than any of its one individual traders or investors, right? So it's a collective movement of all the opinions, all the traders, all the institutions, the banks, the hedge funds, the retail traders, the professional traders, everybody combined. And so when everybody combined right now is showing you that market is moving up, well, you have to assume that unless the trend changes, it's probably going to keep moving up. Okay, a trending market is the worst thing to bet against, right? And right now, the market is very strongly trending. So, for example, in traditional markets or in any other market, right, you have a sense of momentum when it comes to how markets move. You sometimes have, a period of reaccumulation that happens. The market starts getting marked up, meaning it starts getting marked up like this. So it creates maybe a form of trend line like this, right? And then the market gets more aggressively marked up, something like that, like that, like that. So then the trend line is slightly more higher sloped, okay, like this. Then what happens is you have the final big move where the market is just going full blown bananas, just gone bonkers, and it just goes parabolic. It just does not give a crap about anything else. And this is usually the final move in this phase of the market where it just goes straight up. Okay. So where are we right now? I believe personally, we are in that final blow off top phase that's going to come about. Okay. And I marked out this dotted trend line as that move that's going to come in the next several days. I don't really know when it's going to come exactly, but I believe that it may not be too far away. And so the first target that I'm kind of paying attention to is $35,000. I think that's a pretty good even number, and it's unexpected because people are going to be looking at 30,000, and then price gets to 35, you might think that it's going to 40, but maybe it comes back down to 30. That could be a good number that price gets to. And that might be, the first ending phase of this particular cycle of the market. So let's just say we get to 35, we consolidate around here for several months, and then we start having our markdown. Maybe we get back to 20,000, reaccumulate here for, another several months, and then start making our way back up. I don't know, quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2021, right? Any number of things can happen. Or we could just have a massive blow off top and go towards $50,000, right? 50,000 is a very real possibility. It has been covered in all kinds of data that people have been talking about. And it's also a reasonable target if you're going for that blow off top, because that's almost, a 2x from where we are, right? So I think it's possible because Bitcoin has done that before. It's done very surprising, movements like that. So that's, kind of what I'm thinking is we might be coming towards that final phase of that blow off top in Bitcoin. Now, then you're probably asking, well, what the heck happens to altcoins? Well, I have a couple thoughts, which I've laid out right here. Make sure you guys read this Trading View post. It talks about Bitcoin dominance still pushing, when will alt season start? And the couple things that I talk about is number one, ETH BTC. Okay, ETH BTC, in my opinion, is the ratio, the way we need to look at how alt season could be potentially starting. So as long as ETH BTC, the ratio stays above this blue marker, which was, what helped propel ETH from $800 all the way to like $1,400 back in 2017 right here. As long as ETH BTC stays above this blue marker right here and starts making its way up higher and higher, then we can start talking about ETH being the proxy for other altcoins pushing up and starting that big alt season. If ETH BTC starts rolling over further, well, that would probably mean that more than likely BTC is going to keep pushing up and alt season may be a little bit more delayed. I do, however, believe that alt season will happen at some point. I just don't know how long it's going to take. I also don't know how much higher Bitcoin is going to go first if it is to do so, right? Because here's the thing. Bitcoin dominance currently is at about 72 points. We've only achieved this 72 point level or 71 point level right here when Bitcoin topped in 2017, and right here around August and September 2019 when Bitcoin dumped back here. Okay, way the heck back here in September 2019. But when Bitcoin dominance was really high right here around 2019 and BTC prices were rolling over, why is that? Well, that's just saying that Bitcoin as a whole was dumping a decent amount, but guess what? Altcoins were not moving anywhere, or they were being dumped at a significantly higher percentage. And that's why Bitcoin dominance was able to maintain itself so relatively high. Now we're at a different paradigm in BTC where price is more similar to dominance and price are more similar to 2017 because dominance is high, price is extremely high, as you can see, and altcoins are not really moving all that much. I mean, yes, we're seeing some altcoins here and there doing a decent amount of movement, but Bitcoin is by far the clear winner here that's putting in new all-time highs after new all-time highs. So what that tells me is we need two things to happen if alt season is going to start. Number one, dominance will probably need to top and start rolling over to the downside, and so will price need to start rolling over to the downside, and then ETH BTC and all the BTC ratio assets will need to start making their way up. Okay, so Ethereum needs to make its way up. Litecoin and YFI and Polkadot and Band and all these different projects will start need to make their way up. Now, aside from ETH BTC as a ratio, there's other things that I'm paying attention to. For example, Link BTC as a ratio, right? So let's take a look at Link. Link is obviously just being dumped for the last several weeks, right? I mean, basically when it topped off around here, around October, it moved up a little bit, but then it started to roll over once more. So guess where Link is coming to in terms of BTC ratio? It's coming back towards this big trend line right here. First touch was July 2018, second touch was May 2019, and hopefully we get a third touch in the coming week or two. So if we get a third touch in the coming week or two and Link BTC bounces, and say ETH BTC moves up too, we might have the first initial signs showing us that, wait a second, if the BTC ratio is bouncing and the US dollar pair is also pushing up, this should tell us that, okay, now we might be beginning our alt season. But we also need Bitcoin to start dropping off too around the same time. So it can't just be one or the other. Everything has to work, in congruence for us to see that, yes, this might be the real signs of the real alt season. By the way, although I do believe that alt season will more than likely happen, it is not necessary that it has to happen to the same degree that it did in 2017. It doesn't even have to come anywhere close, because the one shift that's happened in 2017 and 2020 is that it seems like the market has started to weed out the bad projects. Some projects from 2017 are still down 50, 60, 90%. But the other projects that have come up over the last, couple of years have done phenomenally well. Polkadot has done really well. YFI has done tremendously well. Link has actually done pretty well too, in comparison for this entire year of 2020, right? The DeFi projects have done well. The NFT projects have done well. So there's a whole new segment that's coming up that's doing particularly well. And those, in my opinion, are the areas that you want to be focusing on. So I built this watch list, right, that I keep an eye on all these DeFi projects. And this watch list right here with the DeFi blue chips, it helps me understand exactly where DeFi as a mini segment to the crypto market, where exactly is it trading? How is it trading? Is it up for the day compared to Bitcoin, or is it down for the day? Which one is leading the market? Today, it's Uni, right? Uni USDT pair. Some days it's YFI, some days it's Aave. And if you don't want to invest in individual ones, you can check out FTX or Binance. They have these DeFi perps. So if you buy this DeFi perp, you can be invested in pretty much all these projects, almost like an ETF, if you will. Okay, again, non-investment advice, just telling y'all that these are all possibilities that you can keep an eye on. So going into 2021, my main focus is DeFi blue chips right here. Ethereum is definitely my main focus. Bitcoin is, of course, my main focus. And then I have a list of NFT projects that I've been keeping an eye on. We closed out our Theta trade, which we had done tremendously well. Now, obviously, Theta has pierced up a little bit higher, but we let go of this trade because it has done its job for us, right? It accomplished its targets, and I was pretty happy with that. We made almost on average about 90 to 95% in this entire trade. Our entry point was 0.705. It's very possible that from here it pushes even higher, right? But we let go of this trade, and that gave us enough juice. So we'll see how high it goes. It's very possible that it goes towards $2 or $3. But this is one of the projects that I'm paying attention to in terms of the NFTs. Okay. So you guys know my game plan, right? I'm still long biased and long in BTC. I have a bunch of spot position in BTC, which I have not really touched for this entire year. I haven't really even touched it for the last year and a half. I'm in some altcoin trades. Again, if you are curious of how I trade the market, what trades I'm taking, you can go to the Advantage membership subscription right here on our website and sign up right now for $97 per month. Actually, we have 50% off, like I said, so it's $50 for the first month. So y'all could give us a shot. Okay, so we talked about this alt season. When it comes to looking at this trading light footprint data, we have some decent walls that are set up right around 30K or so. All right. Nothing too spectacular. Like I'm not seeing, massive sellers that are going to start selling. Like, you can see some sporadic walls right here around 30K, right? And this is the FTX BTC perp. But, you also have some very, very massive support down here. Okay. Let me see here. The other thing I wanted to mention, month end, right? December 31st, January 1st, January 2nd. If you look at this chart right here, every first of the month or first or second of the month, we've seen a little bit of a correction for the last 5 to 6 months. Now, some months it's been almost 3, 4, 5% drop. Some months it's been maybe just 1.5% pullback. Right, so nothing too significant. But the point is, we've had a little bit of a downside, pullback over the last 6 months. So if you are kind of trying to be careful, if you're over leveraged in a position, maybe keep an eye on that going into the daily close tonight, 12 hours from now, right? Because you could have, maybe some shaky price action. It's not necessary that the previous performance has to match, this coming month, but it helps to be aware of it, right? The other thing is XRP, right? So I wrote this big thread on XRP. I keep getting questions from people on Twitter or comments on YouTube or even people in our community. What are my thoughts on XRP? So I wrote up a thread right here on XRP. Please make sure y'all check it out. It's on my Twitter feed, all right? _alpha trades. Everything regarding XRP I've talked about and what could happen going forward with XRP and what are the other implications with other cryptocurrencies because of what's happening with XRP. So, very, very good thread, and make sure y'all read it. Okay, it's very informative. On top of that, XRP also had Grayscale increase their position in that project. Now, this to me is really interesting because it doesn't make any sense that Grayscale, even now, increased their position in the project even after the SEC started going after them. Maybe they're late. Maybe they were caught off guard just as much as anyone else did. Or maybe Grayscale knows something that we don't. I don't know, but this is an important piece of information. And if you're really an XRP believer and you think that the SEC stuff is all FUD and you want to jump into a position, well, you got Grayscale doing some pretty phenomenal things to maybe confirm that bullish bias, right? But again, I really don't know which way it's going to go. Okay, so just be careful because you'd be really surprised. Like when the SEC starts coming after you and government agencies have your number, well, yeah, that's going to be a pretty dangerous situation for investors everywhere. All right. So anyway, folks, we talked about all the different time frames that I'm keeping an eye on. We talked about the different markers I've got that I've been paying attention to. On the 1 hour perspective, I also have all these different markers that I've laid out. The worst thing you can do right now for BTC is come back inside this previous high. That would be really bad because then we're at least heading towards these two markers or quite possibly like this one right here, 26,950. And you really don't want that because if we're going down there, I don't really know if we're just going to bounce from here or we're going to, distribute a little bit and maybe head down further. But all in all, you kind of just want prices to just keep getting bid up and up and up and just start pushing towards 30K, as soon as possible. All right. Anyway, folks, I hope you guys enjoy this content. Please hit the thumbs up. Once again, Happy New Year to wherever you are in the world. From myself and the Alpha Trades community, we're extremely glad that you guys have been watching our videos for all this time. I hope you'll join the Advantage community going to 2021 because there's a ton of content that we put out. If you really want to learn how to look at the markets, how we trade, all kinds of information analysis that we have, come join the Advantage membership, folks. I promise you that it will be one of the most unique and proper investments for 2021. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your new year, and we'll catch up with you in 2021. Cheers.